Hello, and welcome to NorCal Timber Faller, the channel about work and life in Northern California. My name is Dan Leeper, and today we're going to be talking about rakers, rakers on a saw chain. So let's go ahead and take a look, and I think these will be some helpful tips for you guys. So now, when your rakers, as you grind your chain down, and you don't take your rakers down, the chip gets less and less that's going into the tooth. And that's going to make it to where you're starting to push harder and harder on the saw. It'll almost make it feel dull. So you know it's time to take your rakers when your saw is, when it feels like you're kind of pushing, or it almost feels kind of dull, but you know it's sharp. That's the best way to know it's time to think about your rakers. So that's kind of what this chain's doing right now. I know it's reasonably sharp, and that you want to make sure of that first, because if you take your rakers down too far, then it takes too big a chip, and then it really I mean, it hangs up and it chatters, and it just doesn't cut right. So you don't want to take them down too far either. So I can feel this chain's reasonably sharp. It's maybe a little wood dull, but I could just feel that with my finger. So I know it's time to go ahead and take the rakers down. Now you could use a Carlton file plate, which is probably it's a great way to do it. But if you're just out and you're just having this problem, maybe you don't have a file plate with you, or you just want to do this fast and easier, it's a lot faster. Usually 2 to 3 swipes. So there again, you don't want to get too hungry. So let's go ahead, we're going to start on this side. And another tip is, if you're doing it this way, make sure you're wearing gloves and put your finger like this, so that when you're doing that, when you're going across the top of that raker, you're not going to dull your tooth with your file. So just like so. And then if you can see, my arm is draped over here like that. And so you just 1, 2, nice good swipes. And if you're not sure, just do 2, you know, because 3 can be maybe a little too aggressive. And just kind of keep going all the way around, keeping your finger in there. Try to keep nice and consistent. I haven't really had this fail me. I mean, generally speaking, it works pretty good. But I can't stress enough, it's better to take a little too little than too much, because you can't fix too much. But if you know it's your rakers, you're pretty safe taking 2 swipes at least, sometimes 3. I usually take 3 swipes off a new chain. Yeah, we're coming on around here. And just keep an eye out for your fresh filed raker top. Should be coming around any time. Not yet. And another thing, oh, there it is. You could do flats, okay, but kind of slightly angled, you know. So that's kind of the angle you want, a slight tilt up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Let's see if my hand, like a slight tilt. It's the best way to do it. Flip it on over. And it definitely helps if you could see, like I'm doing here, drape yourself over your saw like this, and it holds it in place. All right, we'll start down this side. Yeah, file's not cutting real good. Just any good flat file works good. There's definitely a big difference if you got a good file versus a dull file. A dull file You could probably take like 5 swipes and it still probably wouldn't be that great. That's so when I tell you 2 swipes, I'm talking about you know, with a good file. It's like I can feel this one's not quite cutting. I'm gonna do a little bit more. It seemed like it was doing better on the other side. You get a feel for this after a while. But yeah, you can see how I'm holding. That's real important to do that, because otherwise you'll go right in, you'll dull your tooth as you're doing that if you don't put your fingers like that. Almost there. And this chain should cut a lot better after I do this. Almost there. I suppose I should end this video. You guys are getting tired of watching me file, I'm sure. I'm almost there though. Almost there. Oh, look at that. Okay, now coming back to I can see the fresh. I always look for the gleaming top, you know, fresh ground off top, and also like little shaving chips on the side there. That's what you're looking for as you're going around. That way you don't double file. All right, well, I hope that was useful and helpful to you guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.